Ilia Topuria is currently on the greatest run in UFC history and has a scary amount of time to add to it, including the main event at the White House defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje. But let's break it down statistically. He is currently 9-0 in the UFC with 7 finishes. One of those a submission, the other 6 flatline knockouts. And I say flatline because there are no technical knockouts in Ilia Topuria's career. Every time he has finished somebody with his hands, it has been out cold. Max out cold, Charles out cold, Volk out cold, everybody out cold. He has had 2 decision victories in his UFC career. One of them was a 50-42 versus Josh Emmett, a massive puncher in his own right. He is one of the quickest 2-weight world champions in UFC history, the only man to ever knock out Max Holloway, and the last man to knock out Charles Oliveira in about a decade. And what he's about to do to Justin Gaethje, I genuinely fear for his life. He has knocked out Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira back to back to back. How is that even possible? These guys are 3 of the 20 greatest UFC fighters ever, at worst, and he slimed them out on the treble. What he's doing currently does not make sense in UFC history. We have never seen someone face this high level of opponents and brutalize them over and over and over again. His skill set is unmatched. His dexterity to be able to perform well against Charles Oliveira, a massive grappler, Josh Emmett, a power puncher at 145, Max Holloway and Volk, 2 of the greatest outside fighters in UFC history, and find the chin of all of them. How Josh Emmett survived, I've got no idea, but the 50-42 speaks for itself. He has an extensive wrestling background and we almost never see it anymore. He flipped the hips on Charles and got a crucifix. He had a crucifix on Charles Oliveira. Did we not just see what happened to Max Holloway when he tried to wrestle with Charles Oliveira? It was brutalization, and Ilia Topuria got on top of Charles, had him in a crucifix to the point where he was landing mini elbows. And then he slimed him out within 2.5 minutes. He's got the knockout game of a prime Francis Ngannou, the grappling game to match Charles Oliveira, and the skill set on the feet of an Alexander Volkanovski. That's not even to mention his chin. The guy's been cracked with some big shots throughout his career, the worst being a head kick by Jai Herbert, and he keeps coming back. The guy seems like he can't get knocked out in his own right, but yet he's sliming out here, sliming out there. He's handing out knockouts, but he will never receive one. If you look at Ilia Topuria's run compared to other legends of the sport, you will see it is an outlier among outliers. Look at Anderson Silva's great run where he won 16 fights in a row. He was not doing what Ilia Topuria is doing to these great opponents, night in and night out. Ilia Topuria has KO'd the greatest fighters of this generation. Anderson Silva's run was amazing, do not get me wrong, but simply the caliber of opponents was not the same. The same can be said for John Jones, the same can be said for GSP, the same can be said for anyone else. This is some of the hardest slate of opponents I've ever seen. His last 3 fights, Volk, Charles, Max. Before that, he was fighting Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell, Jai Herbert, upper weight class. Yusuf Zalal in his debut performance. Anybody who has ever faced this caliber of opponents with such consistent basis has lost. Once, twice, probably 4 times. He is 9-0 with 7 flatline knockouts. Sorry, 6 flatline knockouts, 1 submission over Bryce. Do you know what it would have been if he didn't land the submission? Another brutal knockout. The scariest part of all of this is that he still has so much time to do so much more. Not only has he got Justin Gaethje at the White House, but after that, he will still be 29 years old. There's so many matchups we still want to see out of Ilia Topuria. The Arman Tsarukyan matchup, the Islam Makhachev matchup. Please, Dana, please, Hunter, make this matchup. This is the matchup that the fans actually want to see. For Ilia Topuria, the sky is the limit. Triple champ is 100% on the board, and at this point, I am done doubting him. If you think anything other than a first round knockout is happening at the White House main event, you have lost your mind. This is going to be brutal. To do an American like that in front of his president at the White House is borderline assault. He should be arrested. He has knocked out your favourite fighters. He's knocked out my favourite fighters. But he's done it over and over again to where he's made me a fan. You cannot not be a fan of Ilia Topuria. The fight style is just too entertaining. Maybe above all else, regardless of his level of competition, regardless of who he's beat or how good he is, he puts on for the fans. He stands in the middle of the octagon and trades heavy blows with the best in the world, and he always comes out on top. If he is willing to devote himself for another 6 years in the UFC, in my opinion, he will undoubtedly become one of the 5 greatest of all time. Hell, in another 2 performances, he might already be there. His resume already, only 9 fights into the UFC, is legendary, and I don't know if we will see a run like this again. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We are going to be pushing out more content on the daily.